Okay, welcome. This is the video for programming our first NASA hunch door. This will be the left door. So hopefully you've taken some time to take a look at the model a little bit and the drawing. Alright, so you should have downloaded those files from Canvas, as well as the DV56-2X Vice from Fifth Axis, the helicoil.pdf, and the UMC NASA MC23 2024 tool database. So the helicoil PDF is, if you don't know what helicoils are, they are basically normally like a stainless steel insert that goes into the threads on like an aluminum or plastic part, to help prevent the threads getting messed up from steel screws and stuff like that. So if you're going to install a helicoil into your part, you need to make sure you use the right tap and drill the right size hole. So that's what the PDF is for. Alright, so it gives you all that information. We'll go into detail on that when we get to those features. But just make sure you download those files and save them where you can find them. The tool database file, you're going to want to download that and save it to this directory. So, so that's going to be C users public document shared mastercam mill tools. Alright, so you can see it right here down at the bottom, UMC tool database. So let's get to it. I'm going to actually start with my cube from the UMC DWO video because it's got most of what I need already. All I have to do is really just add the vise and the part to it. So that's going to be right here. Alright, so open that up. I'm going to go to levels, and I'm going to show all this stuff that I want to delete. So I'm going to hide the base plate, and I'm going to hide the UMC trunnion, and then I'm going to window this stuff here, hit the delete key. It's going to give me a warning. Yes, I do want to delete that stuff. Right click, clear empty levels all. Alright, so now that we got all that deleted, we're going to go over to our toolpaths. So we want to go into the tool settings. I'm going to uncheck the assign tool numbers sequentially. So when we bring in our new tool database, we don't want Mastercam changing any tool numbers on us. And then we need to go here and remove all this stuff, remove this, remove all this, and green check. And then I'm going to go to the parameters. It doesn't really matter which toolpath, but I have this one, the first one. So I'll click on parameters, and then in here I'm going to right click and go to the tool manager. Alright, so if you haven't seen this before, Tool Manager, on the top are the tools that are in your current program. On the bottom is the tool database that you're currently choosing from. So I'm just going to highlight these and delete them. And then I'm going to click this open folder to open a different tool library. Scroll to the UMC one that we just downloaded. Alright, 20 some odd tools there, so I'm going to click the first one, hold the shift key, select the last one. I'm going to click this up arrow. That's going to copy them up here into my current program. So now I don't have to go to the library every time and filter through when I want to select tools. So green check that, and you can see they're all here now. Alright, so green check that. Okay, and then now I want to delete all these toolpaths. So I'm going to click on machine group, and I'm going to press delete. Yes. And then I'll just I'll delete these toolpath groups. Alright, and there we go. Now I need to bring in the vise and the part. Alright, so I'll go File, Merge, and in my downloads, all files, I'm going to grab that vise, green check, and looks like we're missing a little bit of the vise. Probably the level 1 came in invisible, so I'll make that visible. Then I will turn it like this. I'm going to put all these items on one level. So Home tab, $800. Call that the DV562. And then clear empty levels. Okay. Then so grab all that. Transform, translate. Transform, translate. Move. And from to. Go ahead and grab this corner hole here. This should match this hole pattern here. That. Green check. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and grab the part itself. File, merge. Check it right there for now. So now the idea with this part is that we're going to do the entire part in one operation. And what we're going to do at the end is just leave a thin tab so that we can break it off and clean it up, and our part's done in one operation. So let's see. Let's go to the top here. Rotate this part around. I want the flat side here facing the bottom. Alright, so transform, rotate, move. 180 is the angle. Green check. I'll go transform, translate. I'm going to move it up in Y direction for now, just to get it up and out of the way. Clear colors. I'm going to go back to my B0C0 plane, do a right click top. So, let's see, transform, translate, close. Let's see. Z is 2.994. So we're going to be using 1/2 inch by 4.5 inch stock material. Since our stock is 4.5 inches tall, we're going to want our origin a little bit lower than that. So right now, like I said, we have a position of 2.994. So for this plane's origin, for the Z, we need to go up from 2.944 to 4.475. So I'm just going to let Mastercam do the math. I'm going to say plus 4.475 minus 2.944. And now when I analyze position, I should get... No, that's not right. Let's see. Minus 0.05. Position 4.475. Somehow it's 50 thousandths off. Oh, let's see. Alright, so now I want to get the part in place. So I know that my Z should be 0, top of my part. So analyze that position. It's 319. So transform, translate. Gonna move it minus 319 and Z. Alright. So Z0. And let's see. That should be that position right there is 0.175. That's 0.2. Yeah, so we do have a 12.5 thousandths difference. So we want to move it up 12.5 thousandths in Y direction. Transform, translate. 0.0125 in Y. Check position. Alright, so Y0. And now X. See, this point here is 3.288. And this one here, 3.306. So what's that? 12 and 6 is 18 thousandths. So move it over half of that, which is 9 thousandths. Transform, translate. Minus 0.009. Position 297, 297. Alright, so part's nice and centered in the vise now. So the next thing would be to set up our stock. So go to stock setup. For my stock plane, I'm going to change it to make it easier. I'm going to use my B0 C0. That way should help us. So my size 6.5. Actually 6.75. Let's see, let's try this one right here. Let's see what we get. So 6.75. Our Y is 0.5. And our Z is 4.5. Alright. And we'll green check that. Origin should be 0.025 in Z. Alright, you can check that. And if I go and show my stock, alright, there we go. Looks good right in the middle where it should be. Okay. Now, for accuracy and for verification purposes, we're going to want to move these vice jaws in to clamp on the stock. So if I go, again, analyze position. Again, if you don't have this, if you don't have position here on the right click menu, you just have to go to home and hit the drop down next to dynamic and select position. So in the Y direction we're at 1.3071 randomly. So 1.3071, and it should be at a positive 0.25, right? So we're going to move this back 1.3071 minus 1/4 inch. Okay. Looks good. I'll hit the blue check on that. I'm going to click the other vice in selection, or I'm sorry, the other jaw, and I'm going to change this negative to a positive right there. So positive 1.0571, and then now my jaws are clamping on the stock. Green check. Alright, so at this point I'm probably going to want to save it. So file, save as, give it a new name. It is no longer Turner Cube. Alright, so this is going to be 100.681 -A. Left door, I'm going to call it 2024. And there we go. Alright, so we're all set up. We're ready to start throwing toolpaths at this thing. Now, you might be thinking, hey, that part is just sitting out there. It's gonna vibrate, it's gonna chatter, and you would be right and wrong. So a lot of it just depends on how you approach the part. So when you're tabbing off parts like this, the overall method is you just kind of want to go from, you know, outside to the inside. So from the furthest point from your clamping is where you want to start, and then work your way towards the clamping to keep your rigidity. Alright, so there we go. That is set up and ready to program. So save it one more time.